Welcome to the Villa Forever podcast. I am your host, Chad Williams. This evening, I'm joined with my guest, Josh Piavasana. I'll be doing the Villa versus Arsenal post-analysis and pre-Everton talk show. So, Josh, how's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. Just relaxing at the moment, and looking forward to this weekend's game.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
I
So
think.
how's your
Sorry.
job going?
Currently, I'm not working at the moment. I'm looking for something else, so I'm just taking a
Oh,
bit of
okay.
time out and spending a bit of time with my family and my niece and my nephew.
That sounds nice. What sort of job are you looking for?
So hopefully, anything office based and something working Monday to Friday.
Yeah. That probably sounds a lot better, that does, actually.
Yeah, I think it was like, I didn't mind doing the weekends, but I was having to miss a lot of the, events that my friends had planned or things that my
Yeah.
family wanted to do. So,
Well, before I get into the podcast, I'd like to introduce everybody to Josh. I first met Josh at Walter Stewart School at the Hive College, and we've been friends ever since. And also, me and Josh we see each other regularly at Villa Park at the matches.
yeah,
And Josh has been a brilliant friend to me. So, okay, Josh, let's get into the
let's roll. Let's do this.
football chat. So, what did you think of the Arsenal match on Saturday?
I think I've said this to a lot of people that I've spoken to about the game, and
Yeah,
as a fan, I enjoyed watching the game,
yeah, it was a good game of football.
but I think ultimately the frustrating thing is as on one of the other points of the
Yeah,
podcast I've just been reading. We was leading two
yeah,
one,
yeah,
and unfortunately it's what it is. We do need to start seeing out the games, and I understand.
yeah.
Mistakes happen. Like Martinez, that's bounced off the crossbar.
Oh, yeah,
Can't
of
do a
course,
lot.
yeah.
So mistakes like that do happen, and it's ultimately okay. We've conceded 11 goals in 3 games,
Yeah.
but I think I think it's just been a bit of a strange period with the games that we've played
Well,
because
it's like the Leicester City game. We threw
yeah,
a 2-goal lead against them as well.
but I think
Twice in front.
yeah, and I think the only issue with I say issue, the thing with the Leicester game,
Yeah,
it was more a case of it almost felt like any chance anyone had to score, they scored.
yeah, I
So
understand what you mean.
as much as there were 6 goals and it should have been entertaining, it felt like quite a
Yeah.
boring game.
Is that what you think? Well, I watched the game. I thought it was very entertaining. But how did you feel at the end of the game?
Leicester or the Arsenal match,
The Arsenal game, how did you feel after that?
I think I probably felt the same after both Leicester and Arsenal.
I
Feeling
felt devastated after that game.
I wouldn't say so much devastated, but
Yeah,
definitely there's an air of frustration there, knowing full well that we had the lead
yeah.
and in both games, and really we should have held on.
Do you think we deserved to lose that game?
Again, with both games, I don't think we deserved to lose. I think we deserved at
Yeah.
least a point from
That's it. We
Leicester,
played quite well in both of those games.
but also I think that had we maybe got a bit more luck against Arsenal, we could have possibly
Yeah,
come away with all 3 points. But That happens sometimes, and
Well, football's a cruel game.
yeah, no, it definitely is.
So, did you enjoy the atmosphere?
I I really enjoyed the game on Saturday as much
Oh,
as
I mean, the atmosphere was absolutely fantastic.
definitely 100%. As much as the result and
Yeah,
as Villa fans we want to see us win, we, that was just one of those games against Arsenal.
yeah,
They were playing their best football, and ultimately we defensively made a couple of errors, and that
yeah.
cost us. That
But
cost
silly
us two
mistakes
goals.
cost us. Just silly mistakes cost us the game.
Yeah, because as I said to my mum and dad when
Yeah,
I was there at the game, if Mings leaves, that goes to Martinez.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Martinez. Yeah.
But then there's also the look of the Zinchenko goal.
Oh, yeah.
There's actually two players stood in front of Martinez, so you could possibly be looking at that. Is that offside,
Yeah.
or why isn't VAR looking at that?
Well, also going back to the atmosphere. I love the Coutinho chant.
Yeah,
That's one of my favourite chants at the
that,
moment.
and
That one.
I think we need to get one for Johan Duran as well.
Oh, we could do. Yeah, we definitely need one for him.
So if any Villa fans who listen to this, please feel free to come up with a chant for that one.
Because he's hungry like the wolf. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's got to be something along those lines, Chad.
Yeah.
But no, the Coutinho one, and I think especially the new Unai Emery one
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
The Unai Emery. I like that one as well. That chant. So let's start with the guy then. I'll start with the positives first. So Ollie Watkins got on the score sheet again.
Yeah,
That'll do his confidence the world of good.
definitely. I think the thing with Watkins, yes, he was getting the chances, but not necessarily putting the ball in the net. And you
Yeah,
could tell in some of the games that he was struggling for confidence, but it almost
yeah.
seems to be like now that he's found a bit of confidence again and he's scoring,
Yeah, it's good to see that.
then that's good for the team.
But Unai Emery, I think, is getting the best out of Watkins.
Yeah, no,
Well, even his attributes as well.
no, definitely 100%. It's not always the players; it's what the manager does with the players,
It's
and
true, yeah.
that can help as well. But again, with Unai Emery in charge, I think it shows the difference in the tactics that both
Well,
managers.
tactically, it's a massive difference
Yeah,
between Gerrard.
like.
And also, like our style of play.
Mm-hmm.
We played some real magnificent attacking football against Arsenal.
Yeah,
It's really good to see.
I think that's another thing with Unai Emery. We're playing
Yeah,
some really nice, as you said, we're playing some really good football. And as much as, yes, there was maybe 3 or 4 or 5 really good games we had under Stevie Gerrard, I just think as a manager, I think he lacks a bit of tactical maturity at this time.
yes, I
But
know what you're saying.
that's not to say that in 3 or 4 years' time, when he's had more experience somewhere else, that he does develop that tactical level of knowledge. But since Emery's come in, as you said, there's been 100%. There's been a massive difference in how we're playing tactically and the style of football that we actually play.
I like it. I like his style of play.
Yeah.
Also, Philip Coutinho.
Yeah.
It's an excellent performance on what finish as well.
Oh, that was a beautiful goal. That was a well worked team goal.
Quality.
And it's nice to see us actually playing as a team again. And
I haven't seen that in a while, but under Emery, we can definitely see the improvements.
Oh no, definitely. I think that we've always had the players to be able to play well.
Yeah.
But it's just whether the managers we've had at the time,
Also, when John Jerome come on off the bench.
Yeah.
He really made an impact.
I thought, as you said, when Johan come off the bench, I thought he looked really good. I think it'd be
What I
nice.
like about him is he pressurises the defenders as well. He's really physical as well.
No, definitely, and I think that's what we've been lacking over the
Yeah,
last couple of years for definite. Because you know it's all
yeah,
well and good having someone like Ollie Watkins up front,
yeah.
but you know you need that muscle up front to be able to bundle the ball over the line
He,
every now
do,
and
he
again.
reminds. He's very similar to Emil Heskey.
Yeah, I mean,
Not as in that he's as in his physical strength.
or you could even look at it and go, maybe he's a similar sort of player as like John Carew was.
Oh yeah, like him as well. Yeah, and also another positive, Josh.
Yeah,
Matty Cash. He likes to go forward.
that's always good.
He's absolutely magnificent bombing down that right side.
Oh, definitely. But again, there's the only risk with that I've got with that is if we lose possession of the ball and he's out of
Yeah, I
position.
mean, yeah,
That's the only issue. But it is great to see our right and left backs getting forward for definite.
does it? Matty Cash sets up the Watkins goal.
Yeah,
It's a great ball over the top to him.
definitely. And that was a really nice. Again, that was a well worked goal. But I think
Oh, brilliant team goal.
I think a couple of the goals in that game that we scored were well worked goals.
Yep.
But unfortunately, at the end of the day, we just didn't get the rub of the green.
Yeah, definitely. I'll start with the negative next. So, my first negative is losing from being in front twice. Like we said, we're going to start seeing through these games.
That, as much as that was frustrating because knowing that we
Yeah.
have the lead twice, is there
Yeah,
something there that
yeah.
you know maybe we need to tweak defensively?
That's it. Defensively, we need to be a lot stronger.
Because
Because also, I
sorry.
saw, Josh, that we conceded 11 goals altogether,
Yeah,
which is really frustrating.
and again, ultimately, if you're struggling to defend, this is what happens.
Yeah,
You concede goals, and that's what's costing us
yeah.
valuable goal difference and valuable points at the moment.
Yeah, that's the difference between Europe
Yeah, because
and we're sort of average.
you know if we get into Europe, great, but if not,
Yeah,
then you know we just build on it next season. But
yeah,
as long as we keep holding the lead, keep hold of leads that we get, and not make
yeah.
silly mistakes that cost us goals, and
Yeah, we're going to be defensively tighter at the back.
definitely, I mean, Mings he's been playing okay, but
Yeah,
ultimately there's a mistake all the time, and it usually leads to a goal, whether it's from
it always can't cost us a game or something, yeah.
yeah, no, definitely,
And also, the entrance at the beginning,
yeah.
I thought it was very over the top. But I think maybe because Tom Hanks was there.
I think it might have been to do with that, but it was also
Yeah.
you know because we usually do it on New Year's Day,
Oh, yeah.
so it was nice to see it, but
Yeah.
again, was it just because Tom Hanks was there and it was just a bit of a fancy entrance for him?
Yeah, a bit like it's like a Hollywood show that they
Possibly,
tried to do.
who knows? But I do like the fact that in the night
Yeah.
games we do now have the light show before the game.
Oh, yeah. They do that quite a lot.
Yeah,
Also, do you think, Emmy Martinez, do you think he's been overconfident?
I wouldn't say overconfident. Maybe he might be lacking a
Yeah.
little bit of confidence
Yes.
because he's gone from winning the World Cup to you know
Yeah.
coming back to club football.
That's it. What it is, he won the World Cup. He hasn't been the same player, I don't
No,
think, since the World Cup.
and I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it's great that we've got a World Cup winning goalkeeper, but
Yeah. Well, definitely.
ultimately, is it costing him some confidence, or is it costing
Yeah.
him, you know, the way he's thinking, the way he's playing?
So, in your opinion, Who was the man of the match, in your opinion?
I think man of the match for me was probably Ollie Watkins, because I thought he had a great game.
Yes, I agree with you on that one. I would say Watkins as
But
well.
also, if I had to pick, maybe Coutinho, because I thought he played well as well.
Oh yeah, I mean he was absolute class. I'll say that was his best game in the Villa shirt for ages, probably.
Yeah, it's definitely been one of his best this season, and which is good to see. But we could
Yep.
just do with some of these players playing like that more consistently.
Yeah. And what do you expect from Everton at the weekend?
I think new manager bounce with Everton.
Yep. It's always going to be tricky.
I think we can take it, but they'll make it difficult. Sorry, they'll make it
Yep.
difficult for us to.
They'll make life really hard for us, they
Yeah.
will. Also, what do you think Everton's tactics will be?
Looking at the last couple of games under Sean Dyche, I think
Yeah.
yes, they're not holding onto the ball as much, but
Yeah.
they can get forward when they need to.
Well, also, Everton are really hard to break down.
Yeah, and I think this is the thing. If you stay defensively
Yeah.
compact, then we should be okay. But again, going back to our defence, is there going to be a mistake that costs us a goal or something silly?
Yeah, well, it's like Everton's physical presence. Do you think that could cause us some problems?
I think if we allow them to bully us off the ball, then yes.
Yeah.
But if we play how we know we can play, like we have against, your Arsenals, your Man United, it's okay against Arsenal and Leicester we didn't get the wins. But as you said, we're playing some really nice football. And I think if we can get the ball down and play how we know we can.
Again, make it into 3 points.
Yeah.
Because otherwise the fans will start to turn everything.
Yeah, which is not really what we need.
I hope they don't. No, it's not what we need. So also, Everton, they're very dangerous with set pieces as well. That could pose a real threat for us, I think that could.
I think any team on any given day can be dangerous with set pieces. I mean, I haven't watched many of Everton's last couple of games, but again, going back to how we are defensively, if we can shore that up and not give so many corners away and deal with what comes into the box, then I think we'll be okay. But if we start panicking, like we did against Arsenal when Bukayo Saka put the ball top corner.
I mean, that was a class finish, Martinez.
That was a great goal, but ultimately it's headed out by Mings.
Yeah, but he didn't need to do that.
Which again, that's where the mistakes can cost you.
Yeah.
But as you said, that was a great finish. And I think.
You're John Duran. Do you think he'll start?
I hope he does, because I'm liking what he's offering when he comes off the bench. But maybe Emery's protecting him a little bit because he doesn't have the match fitness at the moment.
Yeah. Because I think he does deserve a start eventually, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I think once his time comes and he has got a bit more match fitness in him, then I think we will definitely attempt to start him. But
do you think with the squad on Saturday, do you think we need to make an alteration or change to that lineup?
I don't think we need to make an alteration as such, but maybe just be a bit more compact when we haven't got the ball.
Yeah, definitely need to be a lot more compact.
And not play as open as we did against Arsenal. And yes, as you said, it was an enjoyable game, but we can't keep conceding 3 or 4 goals a game.
No, we're going to start like being defensively better.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go on to the next question. And so also, do we need to move the ball quicker
I think if we,
in possession?
I think I don't mind us keeping the ball in possession, but if we can move it forward quicker and create more attacking
Yeah,
chances, then we've got more chances of scoring goals. But it's the frustrating thing is that we keep doing the same thing. We'll keep it for a bit, and then when we approach the goal, we'll pass it backwards when there's no need to.
yeah,
Yes, it's great to keep possession, but ultimately, if you're not attacking or driving forward when you've got the chance, you're not going to score the goals.
Yeah, if you don't take your chances, you don't see it. And what do you think of Sean Dyche as a manager?
I quite like him as a
Think he's
manager.
scored the
I
goals?
quite like him as a manager. I think he's a good coach.
I've always liked him.
Yeah, no, I've always thought he's done when he was at Burnley. I always thought he did a really good job, which is why last season I was actually shocked to see that they'd sacked him.
Yeah, it was a shock. I don't think he deserved that.
No,
Also, what do you think of his management style?
I think again with the players he had at Burnley, he got the best out of what he had,
Yeah,
and got them playing some really good football at times.
yeah,
But unfortunately, in the last season, I think they were struggling.
yeah. Do you think you'll keep them in the Premier League, Everton?
I think he will, but I think it'll be a hard task for him.
It's going to be difficult. I think he's good doing that. You know what? Just about keep them up, I think.
No, I think he'll just about keep him up. But as I said,
Yeah,
it will be difficult for him because they've gone so long
yeah,
struggling in the league, and then all of a sudden, the new manager's come in. Great, they've got a couple of
yeah.
results, but they could have done with those results a lot earlier in the season.
And what do you think of his personality?
Looking at some of his interviews he's done on YouTube, I like his personality. I actually find him.
Yeah, I like he says it
Yeah,
as it is as
and I
well.
find him to be quite an entertaining manager when I see his videos on YouTube.
Yeah. He always does very interesting
Yeah,
interviews. So so I go onto the game. Do you think Neil Maupay will cause Villa problems?
Mopay, I think knowing that he's played at Brighton in the past
Yes.
and knowing he can cause a threat, if we can
Yeah.
deal with him and Calvert-Lewin, then I think we'll be okay. Yeah. But if we then start allowing them to link up and play football, that's when it looks like it might cause us a bit of trouble.
Yeah. How do you think we stop them? Like scoring?
Either, I suppose you can man-mark them, but then you risk leaving other players open. So I think as long as we stay compact defensively, then we should be okay. But as I said there, if we start allowing them to play football, that's when it could cause us issues.
What do you think is their dangerous strengths? With Neil Maupay and Calvert-Lewin?
I think Calvert-Lewin, I think he's a great player. But ultimately with Maupay, I think his pace can cause us a bit of a problem.
That's the main thing. He makes dangerous runs. And also, Josh, I'll change the subject for a minute, but it's real sad about the news of John Motson that suddenly
passed away. I seen that this morning. I think he was definitely one of my favourite commentators growing up as a young lad watching football back in like the.
I think he's the best. I think he's the best commentator of all
Definitely,
time.
I think.
Well, one of them.
Definitely, for sure. Because I think in all the sports that I've watched, there's been great commentators. There's been Murray Walker for Formula One, Sid Waddell when he was doing the darts, and I think with John Motson, because he was so passionate about football, that comes across as a fan and as someone who grew up watching England games and watching.
That's a good. He's always on Match of the Day as well. I saw Gary Lineker's tweet that he put on about him. Even though his tweet he put
I
about
might have to have a look at that because I don't think I've seen that one yet.
But also, Jeremy's fairy coat as well. That was really
there was actually a video on social media of him stood outside in that coat when it was bucketing down with snow, and it was just stood there like there was nothing going on.
Thoughts with
no,
him and his
definitely
family.
thoughts with him and the family and
his sad time.
Everyone else involved with him, because he was a wonderful, wonderful commentator.
A great person as well. So what's your score prediction?
Score prediction for Saturday. I feel, as I said in previous points, I think if we keep it compact, we can win.
Yeah.
I'll say 2-1 Villa. But if we come away with a clean sheet, then it's a bonus.
Well, I think I'm going to go 1-0 Villa.
And I think, as long as we don't lose, then we should be okay with that.
But hopefully, Ollie Watkins scores again.
Because
I won 50 quid.
Yeah.
Last week, I put a bet of £5 on him. So I fingers crossed I do it 3 and 4 times.
And I think the more and more he scores, the more confident he'll become.
Oh yeah, I think he's a good finisher. Can you scroll down a bit, then?
I think he's just had a bit of a purple patch where he's struggled for a bit of form, but now that, as I said, he seems to be finding it.
Yeah, he's found his confidence. Do you think Philippe Coutinho will start?
I think
he deserves
it. He deserves it, but I think he'll keep him as an impact sub.
Yeah, he'll make a big impact off the bench. And what impressed you the most about him at Arsenal? Against Arsenal?
I think the way he played that game on Saturday, I think that was, as you said, that was one of his better games he's played in a long time. And it was just nice to see him playing some fluid football instead of struggling for a bit of confidence.
Do you think he started to produce the quality that he done last season?
I think yes, after a difficult period in the season, I think he has started to find his form again. And if he can keep playing like that, then that would be great.
Also, Josh, do you remember that Ashley Young last-minute winner against Everton?
Very well. And
Ashley Young,
here's a question: who scored the first goal in that game for Villa after 72 seconds?
Was it Martin?
No, it was the other, the defender that used to be at, I believe it was Reading. Stephen Sidwell.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's it. Yeah, I remember.
I remember watching that game with my mum and dad at home actually, and
I was screaming at telly.
I think we all was. And Brad Friedel at the time, I believe he was our goalie as well. Yeah.
Done good times though.
Really enjoyable. I'm just trying to. I can't think who scored the other goal though.
Well, because you had it's a lot of goals.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of goals in that game.
I remember Steve Sidwell and Ashley Young's for definite. I can't remember who scored the second goal for us. Someone will probably correct us in the comments or on Facebook or something.
Yeah. Well, Josh, I'm going to bring this episode to a close. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Also, Josh,
that's not a problem, Chad. Anytime.
And also, please remember to subscribe to my channel.
Everyone like,
I hope
subscribe,
you can stop
comment.
recording then.